Hi, I'm Dennis Rodkin. I write the Deal Estate column for Chicago Magazine, and this is DEQs, where I answer real estate questions. Stefan in the West Loop asked, "Are we out of the danger zone yet? I keep seeing you and others say that Chicago isn't recovering like other cities. I can rent for the rest of my life, but I'd like to buy something. I'm not interested if it's just going to fall apart. If we're out of the danger zone, I'll think about it." Yes, I think we're out of the danger zone, Stefan, if what you mean by that is the worst behind us. Chicago's housing recovery is, it's true, lagging behind what's happening in other cities, but that doesn't mean we're not recovering. We have much larger volume of sales, we have fewer foreclosures, the inventory is shrinking, especially where you live, the West Loop, where the big overhang of condos has been burning off. Unemployment is coming down in Illinois, though not fast enough. Our sale prices have been climbing slowly and with fits and starts since we hit our lowest point in March 2012. We slipped a bit again in the fall, and we need to watch what happens in the winter. In the latest reports, most major cities were up an average of about 3% over the year prior, while we were down about 1%, meaning we're about 4 percentage points behind the rest of the country, and we're still in negative territory while they're in positive. And we're going to watch what happens this winter. Winter can be very rough for us. We can fall a lot. Our housing prices can fall a lot just because it is winter, and winter's so painful around here. Then it takes us a while to rebuild because of that downward momentum that we've begun. That's what happened last winter, and we need to see if something similar happens this year. It is not the only or the largest reason we're lower than other cities, but it's a factor that, one, we have no control over, and two, distinguishes us from other cities that were very hard hit, like Phoenix and Atlanta and Florida. They can move ahead in a straight line all the way through winter, while we eat some progress and then have to catch up again. But for the most part, we seem to be out of the danger zone. Prices may waver over the next several months to a year. They may fall some but gain more. The expectation of virtually everyone is that the gains are going to be bigger and the tilt will be upward, not downward. That's an expectation. It means we're in a safer zone, not a zone with guarantees, but one that is safer than where we were. There's no telling what's going to come in the economy in the next year or so. We've got federal budget issues to struggle with. We've got state budget issues to struggle with, especially a big pension issue. And on top of that, as a result of the death of the payroll tax holiday at the end of 2012, most people are bringing home slightly smaller paychecks this year, and that could affect their optimism. All of that figures into what happens to the market in general, as well as in Chicago. But if you're wondering whether to buy, yeah, I think this may be the year. For a first-time buyer, we are definitely in the safety zone, way into that zone. Any small near-term loss of value will probably be part of a general upward movement. Those low interest rates are not going to last forever, though they are going to be around for a few more years. And the more optimistic buyers get, everybody's feeling pretty good about where the economy seems to be going, then the farther up prices are going to be bid. And keep in mind, prices are really good now. Why should you miss out? And yes, you can rent for the rest of your life. Keep in mind that it's generally more expensive over time to rent, and that's more so now with rents going up at a time when prices and interest rates are so low. We do have the question of whether we'll keep our mortgage interest deduction, which could change that equation, but at the moment, you can still deduct all the interest on a mortgage, which helps make owning less expensive than renting. Your comment about not buying if it's just going to fall apart, I found that really revealing. A lot of people were burned by the real estate market in the past decade, but if you weren't, you're a first-time buyer, or you don't own yet, if you weren't burned, then you're in the catbird seat. You don't have the scars of lost equity or worse, foreclosure to keep you from moving forward by buying. So Stefan, think about it. Thanks for your question. Send me more at dennis@rodkin.com.